Dear students, we are going to discuss poem 10 of the book First Flight, The Tale of Custard the Dragon, written by Ogden Nash. Ogden Nash was an American poet well known for his light verse, of which he wrote over 500 pieces. With his unconventional rhyming schemes, he was declared the country's best known producer of humorous poetry. Nash was best known for surprising pun-like rhymes, sometimes with words deliberately misspelled for comic effect. Let us see what is there in the poem. The poem is set entirely in the poet's imagination and has no basis in reality at all. The poet imagines a little girl called Belinda and her pets, a cat, a dog, a mouse, and a dragon, of whom the dragon is the most cowardly. However, when the situation demands it and a pirate is on the prowl, the dragon shows his true nature and saves all the other from the harm. Let us see what is there in the poem. Belinda lived in a little white house with a little black kitten and a little grey mouse, and a little yellow dog and a little red wagon and a really truly little pet dragon. The poem opens with introducing the characters of the poem, namely Belinda, a little girl who lived in a white house with her pets and a wagon. Her pets include a black kitten, a little grey mouse, a little yellow dog, and a little dragon. Let us read the next stanza. Now the name of the little black kitten was Ink, and the little grey mouse she called Blink, and the little yellow dog was sharp as mustard, but the dragon was a coward, and she called him Custard. Belinda had named her little black kitten as Ink, and her little grey mouse was called Blink. The color of her dog was as sharp and yellow as mustard, and her dragon was called Custard. Here the readers are introduced to the cowardice of Custard, as he was not brave and feared a lot. Stanza 3. Custard the dragon had big sharp teeth and spikes on the top of him and scales underneath, mouth like a fireplace chimney for a nose, and really truly daggers on his toes. The description of Custard's physical appearance seems quite surprising to the readers, as it has been shown as carrying all the features of a dragon that makes dragon powerful, scary, and brave. It has big sharp teeth and spikes on its back that could easily scare anyone away. Custard also has the ability to spit fire, which makes its mouth like a fireplace, showing his power. And his nose becomes a chimney through which the smoke comes out from the fire in his mouth. Custard's toes are so pointed and sharp that they could cut anything like a dagger. Stanza 4. Belinda was as brave as a barrel full of bears, and Ink and Blink chased lions down the stairs. Mustard was as brave as a tiger in a rage, but Custard cried for a nice safe cage. So all the members of the house except Custard are very brave. Belinda's bravery has been compared to the bravery of many bears combined together. Ink and Blink, despite being so small in size, have the power to scare and chase away someone as strong as a lion. Her dog's bravery has been compared to that of a tiger's anger, but Custard is completely opposite to his physical appearance, and instead of being brave, always looks for a nice safe cage. Stanza 5. Belinda tickled him, she tickled him unmerciful. Ink, Blink, Mustard, they rudely called him Percival. They all sat laughing in the little red wagon and really truly cowardly dragon. Belinda used to tickle the dragon without stopping, and she did it quite cruelly to make it laugh. It should be noted here that tickling is a very soft touch on the body, and it is related to a softness. Since the dragon was such a coward, tickling worked on him. It doesn't work on a rough bodies, hence it's another proof of a dragon's softness. It was rudely named as Percival by Ink and Blink and Mustard. Seeing the dragon react to the tickling made all of them laugh, and they laughed sitting in the wagon at the cowardly dragon. Stanza 6. Belinda giggled till she shook the house, and Blink said weak, which is giggling for a mouse. Ink and Mustard rudely asked his age, when Custard cried for a nice safe cage. Belinda laughed a lot at the dragon. She laughed so hard that it seemed that the house is shaking due to her laughter. Blink the mouse used to say weak, which is the giggling sound of a mouse. Ink and Mustard asked Dragon's age to make fun of him, as it shows that Dragon behaved like a small kid. But he was not a small kid. Custard just wanted a nice safe cage for himself. Stanza 7. Suddenly they heard a nasty sound, and Mustard growled. They all looked around. Much, cried Ink. Oh, cried Belinda, for there was a pirate climbing in the window. While all of them were busy making fun of the dragon, there came a very unpleasant sound from the house. Mustard the dog looked around, growling for source of that sound. Ink cried Much, and Belinda cried oh when they saw that there was a pirate climbing the window of the house to loot it. Stanza 8. Pistol in his left hand, pistol in his right, and he held in his teeth a cutlass bright. His beard was black, one leg was wood. It was clear that pirate meant no good. The appearance of the pirate seemed very dangerous, as he was carrying many arms with him. He had a pistol in both the hands, and he was carrying a bright sharp blade between his teeth as well. He had black beard and a wooden leg, indicated that he was a tough man and who must have lost his leg in some fight or battle. His looks made it clear that pirate meant to harm the people and pets living there. Stanza 9. Belinda paled and she cried, help, help, but Mustard fled with a terrified yelp. Ink trickled down to the bottom of the household, and the little mouse blinked strategically mousehold. Looking at the pirate, Belinda became pale with the fear and cried for help. All her brave pets could not help her, and everyone fled from the scene. Mustard made a huge cry and ran away. Ink silently went into the bottom of the house, and Blink very smartly disappeared in a mouse hole, leaving Belinda all alone in front of the pirate. Their bravery could not do them any good. Stanza 10. But up jumped Custard, snorting like an engine, clashed his tail like an iron in a dungeon, with a clatter and a clank and a jangling squirm. When everyone fled on seeing the pirate, it was coward Dragon who came to rescue and fought the pirate bravely. He jumped in front of the pirate and made large noises through the noise like an engine, indicated his anger. He started to move his tail, and it made clattering sound like an iron rod striking the wall of the prison in a dungeon. With all these dangerous sounds, he followed the pirate like a robin follows a worm to eat it. Stanza 11. The pirate gaped at Belinda's dragon and gulped some gourd from his pocket flagon. He fired 2 bullets, but they did not hit, and Custard gobbled him every bit. Custard shocked the pirate, and he took a good look at him and drank some wine from a bottle that he carried in his pocket. The pirate then took out his pistol and fired 2 bullets at the Custard, but he failed to hit him, and Custard remained unharmed. Then Custard swallowed the whole of the pirate without leaving any trace of him. Stanza 12. Belinda embraced him, Mustard licked him. No one mourned for his pirate victim. Ink and Blink in a glee did gyrate, and around the dragon that ate the pirate. After the Custard ate the pirate, to everyone's surprise, there was a joy all over the house. Belinda embraced him to express gratitude for saving everyone. Mustard licked the dragon, as that's how a dog shows its love for someone. Everyone celebrated the death of the pirate, and there was no grief. Ink and Blink started dancing around the dragon out of happiness. Stanza 13. But presently up spoke little dog Mustard, I would have been twice as brave if I had not been flustered. And up spoke Ink and up spoke Blink, we would have been 3 times as brave, we think. And Custard said, I quite agree that everybody is braver than me. It is quite clear that who is brave and who is coward after the pirate incident, but Mustard started to give excuses for his cowardice and said that he would have been twice as brave as Custard if he had not got nervous when the pirate came. Ink and Blink also said that they would have been twice as brave as Dragon. They could not believe that Custard, the coward dragon, has done such a heroic act. Right? The humble dragon accepted that he was the most coward and everyone was braver than him. Belinda still lives in her little white house with her little black kitten and her little grey mouse and her little yellow dog and her little red wagon and her really or truly or little pet dragonette. There is a repetition of the same stanza, right? Means Belinda is still living with her pets. Belinda is as brave as a barrel full of beers, and Ink and Blink chase Lion down the stairs. Mustard is as brave as the tiger in the rage, but Custard keeps crying for a nice safe cage. So dear students, there is a repetition of the same stanza in order to focus on the point that appearances are deceptive. We cannot judge anyone from his or her outer appearance. So dear students, Ogden Nash uses the vehicle of humorous ballad to teach the lesson that appearances are deceptive. We should not judge any book by its cover. At the same point or the other, the true colors of any person will shine through, whether those colors are good or bad. Thus, the poem makes the point that what our eyes see may be deceptive, reality may be something else. So now discuss the poetic devices used in the poem. First one is oxymoron, right? Means when two contradictory terms used together. For example, in the poem Pet Dragon, right? How can a dragon be a pet, right? So here is oxymoron. Next is simile. As you know that when we compare two things using the words like or as, so there are many examples of simile in the poem. For example, mouth like a fireplace, Belinda was as brave as barrel, snorting like an angel, like a robin at the worm. So in all the examples, simile is used. Next is metaphor. Metaphor, we know the implied comparison, right? For example, chimney for a nose, right? Rather than saying his nose was like a chimney, it is written chimney for a nose, means implied comparison is there, so here metaphor is used. Next is repetition. Repetition is the repetition of the same word, right? A little black kitten and a little grey mouse, repetition of little is there. Next example, suddenly, suddenly they heard. There is a repetition of suddenly. Belinda paled and she cried, help, help, repetition of help. Next is alliteration, that is repetition of consonant sounds. As you can see, as brave as barrel, repetition of consonant sound B. He held in his teeth, repetition of consonant sound H. Next one is onomatopoeia, and onomatopoeia, we know the words that denote sound, right? As you can see, for example, weak and muich, the words that denote sounds are used, so here onomatopoeia is there. So dear students, it's all about the poem. I hope this video is fruitful to you to understand this poem well. Thank you.